Hey guys, Joe here, and here to talk to you about how you can have a fun and positive experience at a tournament. Now, I am talking mostly about Smash Bros. Tournaments, but this does apply to every single other type of tournament, so if you just aren't having the funnest time at your tournaments, this will help you in that, hopefully. And this is a bit of discussion, so in the comments down below, you can discuss any of the stuff I talk about, any of the points, and just ask me personal stuff about tournaments and stuff like that, and I'll try to get to you. I really like to respond in the comments below, but with that said, let's get to this. Now, my first point I want to bring up is that you should play your best, but you should not get angry if you lose. Getting angry will just make the tournament not really fun at all, and then you'll just not want to go to them anymore, and just don't try to get angry. Just realize what you did wrong, and just shake their hand. Even if you are angry on the inside, don't show it. Just try to keep it inside for a little bit. You can rage a little bit, but just don't get really angry. Don't hate the tournament. It's not their fault for being better than you. You just have to become better than them and beat them the next time. It's really not a bad thing if you lose either. It will teach you a lot more than if you win. Now, the next thing is, you can ask opponents how you can improve. Now, instead of getting angry at the opponent, you could ask them, "Thank you for that match. That was a really good match. You did better than me. But how can I actually improve at this game?" And they could tell you some tips. They could tell you when to wave dash. They could tell you when to air dodge. They could tell you all these different things, how you can become better, how to do the matchup better. And I really think that you should probably try to do this a bit more. Ask the opponent how you can improve. Don't just walk away being angry. That won't really help you at all. It'll just make you worse, if anything. Now, another thing is to try to ask people around you to play some friendlies. Now, this is the thing I really like to do the most. Playing friendlies, I think, is a lot funner than actually playing the tournament matches. This is just personally, because you don't have all that pressure. But you should just ask people a lot if you want to play friendlies. I mean, you can also money match people, which is pretty funny. Make sure not to money match people for over anything than like $5. Do that as the max. Don't waste all your money. But I'd say play a lot of friendlies. You'll learn a lot more from friendlies. A lot of times people will give you more information from friendlies. They'll try to help you more from friendlies because in tournament, they maybe don't want to give you more information because next time you meet them, you may beat them. But on friendlies, most of the time, they'll help you a lot. And if you do ask for help, they'll help you just a ton. Or you can just get some practice on bad matchups. So I'd ask, do a lot of friendlies. And I just really like to play friendlies. It's just really fun for me. Now, another thing to do is watch others play and see what they do. Now, a lot of the times you'll think, oh, only my matches really matter in a tournament. This tournament's for me. But really, tournaments are for everybody. It's really fun to actually go around and watch other people, seeing what they're doing, and enjoy the hype. And with that, I'd say join in on the hype with the crowd. If you see a crowd cheering, yelling, all this crap about a match, don't just walk away. Don't just look at some random match that doesn't really matter. Go next to that hype and kind of become part of the hype. I'd say being part of the hype really does make the tournament experience a lot funner. If you aren't next to it at all, it's just kind of, you're being there, but you're not really doing much. So I'd say definitely go next to the hype, go next to the cool matches, and go next to all these hype matches of the high-level players. And you can also learn a lot from watching these high-level players. Now, the other thing is to try to learn the people in your region's like reputation and their tags and stuff like that, and try to become part of the community yourself. Now, I did this with a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! I haven't done this as much in Smash Bros, but I'd like to learn everybody's names, like to learn what deck they played, like to learn exactly what they do. Instead of deck, you could say character in Smash Bros, for example, and you just want to become part of the community. You just want to play with them, you just want to talk to them, and you just want to learn all the little stories and the backstory. Learning more about your community makes it a lot funner. Telling all your stories, playing more matches, all that stuff will make these tournament experiences a lot funner. Tournaments, I'd say, are a lot more about having fun than actually winning. I mean, the biggest tournaments, I guess you could say, is a bit more about winning, but especially your locals, those are mostly about having fun. Now, another thing about this is, don't stay mad after having a devastating loss. Now, I know sometimes you'll have those really even matches, and then eventually they'll Jigglypuff up throw you into down B in Melee, or they'll just get a forward air string into killing you in Smash 4. They'll get something like that, and it can feel like a devastating loss, like you should have won, or just that you're just kind of mad that you lost because you had the chance to win against this really good player. So it can be a bit devastating, but don't stay mad. Think about how good you did, and think about how fun the match was. I think, personally, that these experiences of fighting good players, it really just, to me, makes me feel like I'm playing better, and it's just kind of fun. When you beat a good player, or when you even come close to beating a good player, it can show how much you've improved, and just show how much, like, good you are at the game, and I feel like that's the best part about the game. Even if you haven't won the match, just doing well against them can do well, and even if you aren't doing very good against them, even if you're losing, you can still, of course, get the previous help from them, and then eventually do better. All it takes is a lot of practice. Now, another thing is to try commentating at your local streams. Now, I know not every single Smash Bros. Thing streams, but you could start your locals to stream, or you could just start commentating at it if it does stream by chance. Now, commentating, I've heard a lot of really bad commentators, but the thing about commentating is, even if you join, you're probably going to be terrible. But after a few weeks, even after a month or so, you could actually become pretty good, pretty fun to listen to, and you could grow that scene for your community. Now, a lot of times people just don't know about the Smash Bros scene, but for example, if you're in Utah like me, and then you heard one of these big Smash Bros streams, which hasn't really happened, but if you had heard one of these big Smash Bros streams, then you may have heard of it, you may want to go to it now, and then you could just join it. Pretty much having good commentary and just commentating and having a stream can really advocate for your stream, and can really just get people to start actually wanting to come to your region. So I'd say if you aren't already good at commentating, just start, just practice, even though I know the Twitch chat can be a little bit mean and say this guy's really bad. As long as you just practice over and over again, it can come to you. Streaming is a little bit more of a practice than just you're immediately good at it. Some people are a bit more funny, but even if you aren't funny, a lot of people think they have to be funny, but even if you aren't funny, you can just talk more about the technical stuff. Just try different ways of just talking about the game, and that'll just help you enjoy it a lot more. I'd say also commentating keeps you more in depth in the game. Sometimes when you're watching the games, you just kind of look between them, your phone and all this other stuff, but when you're commentating, you really have to think about the game that's going on right now, and then you could also see how they're improving, how they're doing read and stuff, and you can just follow them in the future. Now, a final thing I want to talk to you about is, this is just my personal experience, going to tournaments, something you must remember. You have to remember that going to tournaments isn't only for winning, but for meeting new people, having fun experiences, and just enjoying yourself. Now, winning is an extra thing on the side that you can also do while there. This is just the mentality I have when I go to a tournament like the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, or just card tournaments, or even Smash Bros tournaments. You have to remember that it's more about having that fun experience, and just having an enjoyable experience, meeting other people, having a lot of fun, and then remember the tournament's kind of on the side. Now, some people do go to these huge tournaments only. Of course, that's the main event, but you can still meet a lot of people, you can still have a lot of fun. I'd say try to keep the tournament on the side, and if you keep the tournament on the side, of course, you will just kind of not care as much about it. I mean, you'll still go there, have a lot of fun, still go there and try to do very well at them, but you won't have as much pressure. If you're there mostly to have fun with your friends, of course you won't have as much pressure at that tournament, and if you don't have much friends at a tournament yet, you could go there and you could make friends. That's the nice thing about tournaments. You don't have to go with a ton of friends, you could just go by yourself, talk to people, and make some friends at a said tournament. Now, also by saying that, you know, you don't have to pay much attention to your tournament matches, I'm meaning that you just don't have to care as much because you're already having all that fun, but at the same time, make sure to go to your matches on time. Don't be mean, don't make people wait for you, and that's just another thing, just make sure that you go to tournament matches on time. But I hope that this video did help you all. This video talked a bit more about how to have that fun experience at a tournament, and I hope that this does help you a bit in the mindset region. Just kind of think about how you can have fun at a tournament. I know a lot of people go to tournaments just for that pure satisfaction of winning first place, and you know that's okay. If that's the way you win, that's the way you have fun, then go for it. Go for whatever way you have fun. This is the way I personally have fun at tournaments, and I hope that this way can help some of you that just aren't personally enjoying that tournament experience. If it does, make sure to comment in the comment section below, or if you even tried this out and just want to try it out in the future, comment any questions you have and I'll try to answer them. Thank you guys for watching though. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.